Hello everyone, my name is Clantis and welcome to the Iron Bars on my True Crime YouTube channel. So without further ado, let's get into this video. Today is very hot. If you see me dripping with sweat, just know that it is hot. I have a fan in front of me, but it makes so much noise you would swear it's an engine for the 747. But anyways, we'll have to do what we can to try and minimize the sweating. Anyways, guys, I don't want to waste too much of your time, but please do me a favor by smashing the like button because, guys, it helps the channel to grow. And the more likes that you are clicking on, the more the channel actually grows. And I've seen that happening. I appreciate each and every one of you for doing that. And welcome to those that are new here. So, guys, I have the latest update on Thabo Bester tracking of Thabo Bester documentary series, and my goodness gracious me, why didn't I think about that? Because what is happening right now, Nandipha Magudumana heard about this documentary and she was like, no, I was never consulted with. Apparently she's livid about this new finding that things were happening behind the scenes without her even knowing about it. So through her lawyer, she then approached the media houses basically to let South Africans and anybody that is interested in this matter know that she is unhappy. And so, of course, there was an interview with her lawyer in several television stations. I was made aware of this because I wasn't aware something like this was happening because I don't watch the news no more. Somebody was like, hey, Clantis, check out this news outlet. And then indeed, I checked it out and there it was. So I am going to be reading the lawyer's statement basically to the media as to what he is saying in respect of tracking Thabo Bester. And then I'll tell you guys what my thoughts are. So let's go ahead and read this. And by the way, there could actually be a possible legal action if Multichoice and Showmax do not adhere to the demand, which we'll find out about in this statement. I'm calling it a statement because Nandipha's legal representative, Mr. Mutlowung, was the one that was answering questions to the media. So basically, this is what the statement says. Nandipha Magudumana has given Multichoice until today, the 9th of March 2024, to hand over a copy of the documentary series, the four-part documentary series, for review. Nandipha Magudumana argues that the streaming of the documentary may cause irreparable harm to her case, and she did not authorize the four-part documentary. The documentary is looking into the prison escape of Thabo Bester. We all are aware that Nandipha Magudumana is implicated in the escape of Thabo Bester. Nandipha Magudumana, upon receiving or being aware of this documentary series, Dr. Nandipha Magudumana was upset. She did not take it well, based on the fact that the trial is still yet to commence. Now, there's a documentary series that purports to reveal some details of evidence that is not yet before the court. That is still to be contested or challenged. Therefore, Nandipha Magudumana feels that this is inappropriate. As Nandipha Magudumana's legal representative, we have offered a correspondence to Multichoice and Showmax. We consider the matter to be sub judice at the moment, except to say we are taking legal challenge to having this documentary played before we can even have a sight of the documentary series. We need a copy of the documentary series. Regarding possible damages, the revelation of this documentary series, we are talking about the right of a fair trial. If you check Showmax website, they are making a very startling announcement there to sell the story. Among other things, they are going to show how a celebrity doctor fell for a convicted criminal, leaving behind her children to go on a run with him. The other part of what is said in the Showmax website is that they ask a question of who died in cell 35. As you know, the cell 35 was Thabo Bester's cell upon the time it went on fire that particular night of the 3rd of May 2022. Those are startling claims that Showmax is making. In actual fact, they are saying to you, the public, we are going to show you exactly what happened, and we are going to give you evidence. we are going to show you how guilty a person is before an accused who has their right to a fair trial. In this matter, we are talking about an offensive conduct that infringes on an accused person's rights to have a fair trial. However, this is not about covering of the story by the media. Our heartbeat of the legal challenge is based on Nandipha Magudumana's right to a fair trial. The reporting that is coming through, not outside the documentary series, there is never a reporting that seeks to claim that whatever they are reporting on is accurate, is correct, and has been proven beyond a reasonable doubt. But your closer reading of your Showmax website punchline advertisement, this passage says they are saying something else. Okay. In this passage, they are saying something else. Surely this talks to the infringement of the accused's right to a fair trial. The reporting of the story in the news is a legal question. Same as the documentary series, there are legal questions that need to be answered by Showmax and Multichoice. One thing is for sure, we don't have to argue a case through the media. All that we are saying is that we have made a request for a copy of this documentary series to be made available to the legal team of Nandipha Magudumana for us to be in a position to then have the insight of what the documentary series is about. It could be well and good that what they are promising there on their website is not actually there. Therefore, we can't be ahead of ourselves. Let's let the process to unfold. We have to receive the copy of the documentary series, review what it entails, what the content is, and then and then take a decision whether or not what is in that documentary series, is it really offensive to the accused's rights to a fair trial or not. We are not even there yet, but we are saying we are well and good within our rights to demand a copy before the release of this documentary series. That's where we are. In our correspondence, no one has said the documentary series will be used as evidence in court. There is no legal basis on whether we will use this documentary series as evidence in court. If you ask what is the next step, the battle lines have not been drawn yet. All that we have done was to place them in a moral to say, hand over the copy so that we can review it. By the 9th of March 2024, failure which we will consider our options. We are actually stunned to see the trailer of the documentary series circulating in the media. This is our first time that we even know that there was something going on behind the scenes. It took everyone by surprise, including Ms. Magudumana's legal team. That's about it that the legal representative of Nandipha Magudumana, Mr. Mutloung, had to say regarding this particular documentary that we've been waiting for with bated eyes, guys. It was going to be released the first time on the 15th of March. I think also on the 22nd of March, the second part of the documentary. But there's a chance that we might not actually see it. It all depends on whether Multichoice as well as Showmax does hand over this particular copy of the documentary series. Right now it is, let's see, it is 18:19, meaning it's 6 p.m. in South Africa as I'm recording this video. So I'm not sure if a copy is already handed over. If it has been handed over, I will definitely come back and update you that Showmax and Multichoice, indeed, they have handed over a copy of the documentary series for Nandipha Magudumana to review it. And if she thinks there is nothing to be concerned about, then of course it will be released as scheduled on the 15th of March 2024. However, if she feels like, no, there's too many things that are incriminating, things that she feels that she also wants to table in court, and therefore this documentary series cannot go through, then I guess it's something that we may never actually see ever. And which is sad for me because I was looking forward to seeing this documentary. So if Multichoice and Showmax do not hand over a copy, then of course a legal battle is definitely looming, and I will be bringing every little drop of it on this channel. So stay tuned. If you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing, and don't forget to click that bell notification so that you get notified every time I upload a video updating you about the Thabo Bester's great escape and everything else that's developing around it. Also, if you like this video, please give it a like. It helps the channel to grow. So what are my thoughts? Basically, I have got 4 things that I'm actually in agreement with regarding this particular update. The first one will be, I'm actually surprised that Nandipha Magudumana was never consulted about this documentary, considering that her name, even though they're not saying her name, they're saying her profession, and the only doctor that we know that fell in love with a actual convict is Dr. Nandipha Magudumana, unless there's somebody else who is a doctor that Thabo Bester was in love with and actually ran away with to Tanzania, leaving behind her 2 daughters. So far, we only know it's Nandipha Magudumana. So I actually agree, which is point number 2. I agree that the matter is still sub judice. It's not even started to even say it's sub judice. Therefore, her case should not be jeopardized or compromised in any way, especially by a documentary series where Thabo Bester may actually say things that may jeopardize Nandipha Magudumana's defense. I also agree that she has a right to a fair trial, and if this documentary series is going to paint her in a way that is going to even cause some kind of unfair judgment on her, then definitely, if I were her, I would stop this very documentary, in fact, interdict it altogether. And I also agree that a copy of the documentary series should be handed over to her legal representatives so that they can have a look at it. And if there's nothing incriminating for Dr. Nandipha Magudumana, then of course, I saw somebody saying Nandipha Magudumana. Well, I'm a little bit confused about this one. I'm very confused about this one because I don't know what processes that were followed that struck her off the roll. Maybe I'm unaware of that process, because even her legal representatives still call her Dr. Nandipha Magudumana. So I don't know, is there a hearing, or you wake up one morning and then you're struck off the doctor's role? What's happened? I don't know. Maybe it's something that I need to educate myself about, because I did see somebody correcting me and not saying Dr. Nandipha, it's Nandipha Magudumana. I get that. I'm not going to argue it. I'm not going to argue it at all, because I don't know how she was struck off the role, what processes were followed, was there a hearing, or if there is even a process for somebody to be struck off the doctor's role, or whatever that role is called. But anyways, let's just say Nandipha Magudumana for peace sake. So it's going to be quite interesting to hear why the producers of this documentary did not consult with Nandipha Magudumana first, or at least let her know that Thabo is talking in the background. We are working on a documentary series. Is there something that you would like to talk about? Or they have approached her before, but she sent them away, and then they thought, okay, her sending them away gives them some kind of space to work around, even though she might not be there. We don't know how much of her role is played in this particular documentary or not. So I'm also very interested to hear, what is Showmax and Multichoice going to do? Are they going to hand over the copy, or they're not going to hand over the copy? If they're not going to hand over the copy, based on what law, etc. and so on. I'm also very interested to hear Nandipha Magudumana's side of the story, if she would like to be part of the documentary series or not. I don't know. There's a lot that's going on, because I feel like Nandipha Magudumana herself may be talking to some producers. I'm just thinking. I'm not saying she is, but I'm just thinking that she would have pulled a fast one on Thabo Bester herself. You know what they say about criminals, there's no honor amongst criminals. Okay, let me not saying she is a criminal, she's still alleged, accused in this particular matter. Now, with Thabo Bester, I can call him a criminal because he's convicted of heinous crimes. So it's not surprising that it's coming from Thabo Bester. He has no honor. He's a criminal. However, the alleged criminal, Nandipha Magudumana, well, we don't know what she was planning on doing in terms of this particular story, if she herself was planning to cash in on this story, because I think the last story of this nature, I don't know if it's true or fictional, Bonnie and Clyde. We'll see how it all goes, guys. I will definitely be bringing all the updates and all the development around this story, and we will have a discussion. Hopefully, we will get to predict some few things about how or where this matter is going altogether. Anyways, guys, let me see you next time with a new video. Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye.